Welcome everyone to my channel. I am here with the wonderfully weird Squee.
Ah, well, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about me.
That is sad.
Yeah, a little bit.
No. Welcome Squee to my channel.
Hello.
And basically, this guy, I have been listening to this guy for the past, I want to say 3 or 4 years.
It's true. You've been down in my basement a very long time.
Don't give them ideas. I have people who make fan art, Squee. I have people who make fan art.
Gotcha. Understood. No. Yeah, you've been a huge supporter of a crazy little thing we do.
Yes, this is called DragonBall Z League, and I know a ton of you guys on my channel are huge Dragon Ball Z fans, because whenever I do anything Dragon Ball related, you guys are always on that video, always giving your opinion, and that's why when these guys needed some help showing what they do, I offered my help because I'm a big time supporter. I'm still a supporter. I still help manage one of the teams that you'll see on the screen right now. You'll see one matchup you never thought you would ever see: Krillin versus Cooler.
Yeah, to start, certainly. So, hi everyone, like you said, my name is Squee. I help run Dragon Ball Z League, which is imagine a fantasy league where you can participate with all your favorite Dragon Ball Z characters. We were going to... what do you prefer to go by on your channel, actually? Mario Mania? Mario? Mr. Mario?
Just Mario.
Mario?
Just Mario.
Mario here has been nice enough to... kind of let us play a small little tournament for you guys so we can talk about what this is and see if you guys would be interested in helping out. It's a interactive league, which means that we rely on people like you to help build the teams, get them prepared for matches, and possibly take them all the way to the Tenkaichi Bowl.
Just imagine, like, let's say you see Cooler today and you don't like how he's throwing out his fist, and you say he would be so much better if he threw out more of his ki blast or his big energy beams or his death ball or whatever. You could actually go to the Discord where this is being hosted at, say what team you want to be a part of, whatever part is Cooler's on, and give your opinion. Obviously, you know, there's already set people in there, but you can always give your opinion. There is no one that ever gets drowned out in their teams. Everyone has their voice to listen to.
Correct. All the teams are democratic. They all have a coach who's kind of like a guide, but every decision is made democratically. And it's one of those type of things, and we're going to show it to you guys. It's fun. You can get as involved as you want. If you just want to watch your favorite Dragon Ball Z characters beat the crap out of each other, that's fantastic. But if you really want to dive into the sweet science, it gets pretty deep. There's a lot of customization that goes into it. In fact, we actually have official testers where teams can order tests of certain builds of characters to see how viable something is, and then the testers will get that back to them, and then you can use that data to help build your team. It's quite intense.
And that being said, there is a small rule. You are not allowed to actually test on your own time. Like, if you have the game, you are unable to actually do it yourself. One, that is just extra testing that other players will not have access to, and two, this game's actually modded, so whatever test you do on your own will not reflect what's in this game.
Correct. This is the game we use is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. But it is a highly modded version of it. We've changed health values, we've changed damage values, we've changed defense values. There's a lot of stuff that has been changed to help balance out the teams and make characters viable that were not viable before, like Hercule, who really needed some help. But that's true. We hope one day maybe we have enough people participating that each team can have their dedicated tester, but we are a long way from there. But until then, we'll use dedicated testers. So thank you for inviting me on your channel. I have to say...
It is no problem.
I know that you are more of a Minecraft gentleman. I don't have a lot of experience in Minecraft. I have played a few times. I think the last time I played was a couple years ago. I was invited to a Hunger Games Minecraft experience, which is, from what I understand, runs just like the Hunger Games. Everyone runs out, they try and kill each other, and the last one standing.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not called Hunger Games anymore because of obvious reasons.
Right. What are they called now?
Just survival games.
Survival games, sure. So I was invited to one. I got out of my cage, I went forward to pick something up, got into my inventory screen, could not figure out how to get out of my inventory screen, and was summarily killed. That was my entire experience.
Well, we may have something in the works for something Minecraft and Dragon Ball Z related soon, but we'll get on that when that goes forward, or if it does.
But for now, we're going to give you guys a sneak peek of how the Dragon Ball Z League works, because we have Season 10 coming up here in a few months, and this would be an excellent time for people to start taking part and joining teams and helping build them to greatness.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just jump right into a match here, and then we'll kind of explain things as the match goes on. Our first match, we're going to have a mini tournament here. We've picked 4 teams of the 12 active teams on the league. Those teams are going to compete against each other until we crown ourselves a mini champion. And the first 2 teams up are the Earth Defenders versus Team Cold. We'll go ahead and get started.
And a little trivia: Earth Defenders is actually my team. I'm the one that I've been supporting this team since I first joined the league.
So yeah, an interesting thing is that all the teams are based off of specific themes. You have Team Namekians, who are all Namekians. You have Team Saiyans, who are all Saiyans from the old era, you know, with the armor and the tails, like Raditz and Nappa. You have your team, like the Earth Defenders, which are all characters that defended the Earth from extraterrestrial threats, basically, or terrestrial threats, but basically, you know,
if you remember, Vegeta was an extraterrestrial threat at one point, but then became an Earth Defender.
Yeah, no, he fits. Technically, he did defend the Earth, and it's set before Boo Saga, so any of these characters would be before Boo Saga. For the Earth Defenders, we have characters after Boo Saga, but not for their theme. And of course you have Team Cold here, which is all the people from the Cold family.
Yeah, like you have Cooler, King Cold, Frieza, and Mecha Frieza. And unfortunately, this game doesn't have any super characters, so we can't have like Frost from Super on this team.
Yeah,
which would be really cool.
This game was made way before Super. And Cooler just tagged out. Nice move for him. He'll get a little bit of health back and have a time to come back in later. This is a team match, which means it's not 1-on-1, it's actually 4-on-4. And they can tag in and out, they can get health back, they can get energy back. It's a good strategy and tactic. But one thing is very important that we haven't mentioned yet. These matches are all computer versus computer.
Yes. There is no one controlling, like saying, oh, he should have super right there. You can say that, but it's a computer.
And it has several advantages doing it this way. You might think that's strange at first, but instead of having 12 people in control of what's happening, you know, whoever's controlling the sticks, you can have hundreds of people in control, because now it's a coaching thing, not a playing thing. You give your character an AI, which is how they behave. You give them builds to increase or improve stats, and then you send them out in the field and hope they do what you wanted them to.
By the way, my god, Krillin.
He is doing really well. Krillin is, speaking of builds, we can get into his real quick. Krillin's got attack +2, eternal life, quick fast attack, and serious. Now, I won't go into what all those are, but I can tell you that's a build built from melee damage. He's not focusing on his ki, he's not focusing on his charging, he's focusing on pounding.
Yeah, and this is not good for Earth Defenders, because Mecha Frieza took down Krillin before his ultimate could be shot, and as you guys can see, his sparking health bar, that means he's able to fire his strongest move that he has on his arsenal.
But he didn't. He didn't fire it.
No.
Interesting.
And then here comes Yamcha.
Yamcha, who's built as a bit of a everyman. He's got attack +1, so his hits are a little harder. He's got a little bit of health regeneration. He's got a clash boost, which is something in this game where if 2 characters charge each other, they get into a clash. This will give him a bit of a improvement there. And he's got his Wolf Fang Fist. No, missed it.
Yeah.
And he's got some other boost to him.
Yamcha has been a bit of a problem child as of this last season, because Yamcha doesn't know who he wants to be. That's why he has a mixed build right now, because he throws out Wolf Fang Fist a lot in one match. It's like, okay, let's try a B2 build on him, which is a B2 is short
here's an ultimate, and he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yamcha hit him beforehand.
Yeah. And he'll want to do a key, and then we try giving him that. Then he'll do all of a sudden nothing but melee. We switch him to melee, and all of a sudden he decides to go B2 heavy.
Wow, Earth Defenders is doing a really good match here. However, Cold has stuck in this. They haven't lost a single person yet.
Yeah. And a little, why don't you give them a little brief history of last season of Earth Defenders and Cold?
Oh God, no. So Earth Defenders last season had one of their best, if not their best season. Well, no, I'm sorry. Season 9 was, yeah, it was one of your best seasons. I was trying to think if it was better than 7. And that's a hard call to make. But no, last season you were almost undefeated. Almost.
Yeah, we had one loss.
One loss. And Cooler giving Tien a nice present and tagging out of there. And in comes Frieza. Nice. Oh. Nice dodge and counter for 18,000 points of damage. That's the super Mario was talking about earlier. You can only fire those off when you're at max power mode, but if you hit with them, they are devastating.
Depending if that's your build for. Because sometimes they can be devastating. Sometimes they can be a little bit more than like 10k, which is still 1 health bar.
Yeah, one health bar is 10,000 points of damage, so 18,000 points of damage is almost 2 health bars. And Frieza is built specifically for this. He's got Super +2, Savior, Launch Support. Oh my god! What, 20,000 points of damage? Holy cow!
This Goku is built for his ultimates.
And Frieza, you saw Frieza just got a little bit of health back with that transformation. One of his abilities is every time he transforms, he gets some health back, mitigating that Spirit Bomb just a little bit. Wow.
Yes.
We don't see Goku use the Spirit Bomb that often. That's pretty cool.
No, because we mainly keep him in Super Saiyan 2 form for one reason and one reason alone. Now I'm mad.
Yeah. Now I'm mad is a fantastic finisher. But it can't do as much damage as Spirit Bomb. 20 times Kamehameha hits for 10,000 points of damage.
If we were able to have Now I'm Mad with Super Saiyan 1 Goku to replace and now Angry Kamehameha, I would take it because obviously.
No.
Oh no, Frieza!
No! Don't charge
Don't
right
go
into that.
into the light, Frieza.
Will he
You're
tag?
not a fly.
Will he tag? He's in his 3rd form. This is not one of his better forms. A high-speed clash.
If Goku wins,
no, Frieza's got Unleashed Ki, and he tags!
He's gonna get back his health bar.
He is. He's gonna come back into this with some
has
health.
King Cold shown up yet, actually?
No, he has not.
So, Cold is in the lead right now.
Yes, they are. And a Death Ball from Cooler connects! And down goes Goku.
So, I would say the issue with that is he tried using Now I'm Mad, but he's not in Super Saiyan 2 form.
No, he tried Now I'm Excited. Yeah, it's regular Super Saiyan form. This Goku can't go Super Saiyan 2.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Because this Goku is this version of Goku that you just saw was actually from Namek, not the Cell Saga.
Correct. And
because of that,
yeah,
it was like it was actually it's angry Super Saiyan. Yeah, I think Yamcha has to pull this back.
I don't think it's gonna happen, buddy.
We don't have one of our best players in this either. We don't have Vegeta.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Cold hasn't even touched the field yet. Not a single Cold member has gone down. Yamcha will have to take down 4 people to win this match. Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think he's got it in him.
No, Yamcha is our problem child, and that is saying something.
So,
but he does take down Cooler, though. So if he can take down at least 2 characters, that'll be good.
Yeah. So typically, we wouldn't want to just completely trash the team of our gracious host here, but that's the league, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Vegeta is a new member of the team. He hasn't been on the team for that long, so that's why he wasn't chosen to be on this exhibition match of sorts.
Correct. This is just an exhibition match that doesn't carry off anywhere in the standings.
Oh, you know what it is? We told this team that it's a tournament style match, and they had cold feet. Because you know what happens when Earth Defenders gets to the tournament? They start derping.
It's true. It's very true. But Cold will move on to face one of these 2 teams, the Valkyries versus the Androids. Now, the Valkyries are our all female team.
Mm-hmm.
And the Androids are, fairly easy theme to put together. Anyone who is an android can fit on this team. You might be telling yourself, but 18's an android. That's true. But she's also a lady. And she had to choose where her loyalties lay. And it wasn't with the androids.
Yeah. So, quick disclaimer: each team has their mascot character, front picture character.
Correct.
And for Valkyries, it is. For androids, is it Jiro or is it Cell?
No, it would be Cell or 17, one of those two. But most likely Cell, considering how dominating he is.
And of course, Super Saiyan Goku is of course our Earth Defenders cover picture.
Poster child, yeah.
And of course, Frieza is King Cold's. And basically, those are characters that cannot leave the team. Are the certain characters on the team. Like, throughout the season, you may see characters come and go from their main roster. And there are characters they can let go, that can go on other teams, and there are some that cannot because they are the poster child of that team.
Well,
right?
That's not necessarily true. No, there's very few characters that can't be removed from their team. It's more of a case that the teams just would never let them go. But in theory, sure, you guys could get rid of Mid Goku. You're more than welcome to. You could get rid of Mid Goku.
We will not, because we know there are teams that would take it right away.
Kid Gohan? Come on, you could take Kid Gohan.
We will only do that if you let us have Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Nope, no, I said kid. I said Kid Gohan for a reason.
Hey. He's still technically a kid. He's not an adult yet.
That is one thing to point out, that you will have sometimes many versions of a character, because in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, there's like 5 Vegetas and 6 Gokus, and you'll see them pop up on different teams, but they are different versions of the character. They are characters at different points in the series that have completely different movesets and techniques, so, but you'll never see the same character on 2 teams. Like, you'll never see early Goku on 2 teams at once.
Yeah, just like, you just saw Goku right now in base form, but that was Goku during the Namek Saga. There's a Goku before, during the Saiyan Saga, that can only go Kaioken, and that's his max thing.
And then you have Goku later in the Buu Saga that can go Super Saiyan 2 and even Super Saiyan 3. So.
Let's not talk about Super Saiyan 3, because that's a cursed form in this league.
It's a cursed form indeed. But right now we're talking about the Valkyries versus the androids. Let's do this.
Yes. So, interesting thing about androids as their charging mechanic in this, they cannot charge manually like in a normal game. They can only do it passively.
Correct, which is a boon as much as it is a penalty. It's a penalty in the sense that you can't charge as fast as any of the other characters, but you don't have to waste time or thought trying to charge. You can go into your opponent's face and pummel them continuously and charge energy at the same time.
Yeah.
So it all depends on how you utilize it. Some people who know how to build androids can really put that to their benefit. Play on a map that has water, which hinders charging, and make your passive builds, give them aggressive builds so that they're constantly in the opponent's face, not giving them a chance to manually charge. And an android can be a force to reckon with.
Yep.
But you turn that around, oh my god, that was amazing. But you turn that around and get a team that knows how to handle androids, where they are constantly finding time to charge, and you just can't throw out the same amount of special moves that they can.
Could I just interrupt you in a second and just say how close these two are to each other?
They are.
They have been just slugging each other. But 16 is pulling it ahead right now.
Super Unyielding Spirit, a B1 into max power. Blocked by 16. That was a super.
And that is actually something that the AI does have over the regular gameplay. Is that honestly, if these were players, they would know when to perfectly block and have that frame perfect thing. The AI cannot do that all the time, and there are times where something you would have expected to be blocked will not be blocked.
Very true. Now, the AI has been improved from the base game. One of the mods that we've made is we have actually increased how difficult the AI can be. So when it's fighting itself, it's more intelligent about it than it was originally in the game. But even then, the AI derps, it's just a thing that happens.
Like Yamcha.
Like Yamcha. We've had characters just stand there and watch another character charge up a move and unleash it in their face. And you know what? Every team deals with it. You just gotta go with it.
Yep.
And here comes Fasha. Fasha is a staple of the Valve. She's been there for almost every season. Right now she's built up as a tank. Defense +3, Master Strike, Sirius, which increases her defense even more as her health goes down. Dende's healing, which is health regen and light body, she is a beast. She doesn't have massive damage potential, but she's really hard to take down.
Now, during the last season, she was sort of like Yamcha in the little gray area outfit. She acts good sometimes, and then really derps other matches where they couldn't really find a good AI or build for her. But seeing how it is right now, you wouldn't be able to guess that.
No, absolutely not. Well, it's her tanky abilities. You saw 17's move only did like 5,000 to her. Normally she'd do around 7. But since she has health regen and damage reduction, she's got so much health you have to chew through. And while you're trying to do that, she's just whittling you away with her melee.
Exactly. And there's one thing that should be pointed out. So a lot of these bonuses, I guess think of it like Pokemon. They don't travel with you when you leave or tag out. So a lot of the time, like if she were to leave right now, she actually will lose this defense buff and be at regular defense.
Not this one. Because that's from Sirius. So there are some that stay with you, like for the Patars. Like Sirius is giving her that boost as her health goes down. But you're right. Any B1 boost would not travel with you when you tag out.
And we've seen that happen plenty of times where they get that boost off and then they immediately tag out.
Absolutely. And in comes a Rayleigh. And I know what you're saying. A Rayleigh? But that's from Dr. Slump anime. That's not Dragon Ball. Well, you know, you'd be wrong. She made a crossover in Dragon Ball. Actually, I think she was also in Super.
She was there. She was literally there just to show off why gag characters are not in Dragon Ball Super.
Right. But she's on the Vals because she's a monster.
And a little spoiler, she's called the demon in this. You'll understand.
And I want to stress, not by the Valkyries, but by their opponents.
And there are choice names that Goku and Vegeta have from other teams that we will not get into.
Yeah. It's funny because Curse of the Commentator, she's not doing so hot right now, but she has gone in there and decimated people in the past. She's got ping.
Oh yeah, no.
She's got just the ability to do massive amounts of damage, despite being an android who charges passively.
Oh, and one fun thing about that we like to make about this is we like to make a little like a backroom comment, like the lives of these characters outside the matches.
Well, sure.
And right now, like whenever Valkyries have to fight Earth Defenders, I'm always joking with Lone and in the chat that we always have to send 18 and Krillin out to marriage counseling afterwards, just so there's no hard feeling between them.
Well, it's an advantage you have of it being computer versus computer, because now when Krillin makes a mistake, it's Krillin who makes the mistake. It's not Frank, whoever was controlling it.
Yeah.
So
Krillin,
whenever someone pulls off,
that?
it helps a lot with the immersion and getting into it, because when someone does well, you feel like it's that character that's doing well.
And of course, when you get involved in the Discord, there's gonna be some trash talk between the teams, but it's never malicious. It's always joking. Like
we keep it a very family-friendly Discord, but you know, what's a little competitiveness without some smack talk, just a bit.
Yeah, like me and Mal, when we have our teams facing each other, and we're friends. Me and Mal are really good friends on Discord. We talk and we always make the jokes like our battle shall be of blood and oil and all that, because we make the joke that a bunch of robots are fighting people.
Right. And Cell's getting trashed by Videl. I did not see this coming. Cell is one of the strongest characters in the league.
You wouldn't think that looking at this right now, but that's not to say that Videl is a bad character. No, she is a strong character because she is a melee-only character, so she will always be in your face.
And right now, Videl is built as a B2 build, actually. Key plus Fighting Spirit, Quick Fast Attack, Savior, Dragon Power. She's designed to throw out her... So, one thing to note is, in this move, Super's special moves are called B2s. Don't ask us, we didn't name them. But they're called B2s.
You gotta remember it like that.
I think it's Blast 2. Blast 1 and Blast 2. Blast 1 is more supportive. Blast 2 is more damaging. So she is definitely a Blast 2 build in that she's designed to hit hard with her specials and to be able to throw them out a lot. Whereas Fasha is a tank, and Cell is kind of a mix. He's got Eternal Life, so he's a bit tanky, but he's also got Savior and Indignation, so his supers are pretty tanky as well.
And speaking of the tankiness, you'll see how little his attacks are actually doing. He did so many chains on Fasha and did so little chip damage each time.
Because her defense boost was insane. But
exactly.
This is not looking good for the Vals.
That is a good hello from Cell.
Oh no! Explosive wave! That was a B1 that knocked her back. Desperado Rush blocked again.
I think that's dead. Yeah.
And Cell just outclassing Videl at the end there. And
so, yeah, and you can see how back and forth these matches are. You can see the Valkyries had a slight advantage during the middle of that going through. But then what happened with the androids is they had one good character go in and act so good that he not only made it back, but dominated the rest of the team.
Oh my god, that was amazing. And now, while I set this up, we're going to have Cold versus the androids, which will be a hell of a match, actually. So one thing while I'm here, while I'm setting this up, I can show you guys. These are what we're talking about, these abilities that they have. And the way it works is that every character has 7 points that they can spend on their customization, and you have all these little Pataras that do fun things, like Savior gives you the ability to go to max power when you tag in. Fighting Spirit increases your ability to charge as your health decreases, and you have all these nice little abilities, and you can give 7 points to all your characters. Plus, you have down here what's called an AI. AIs are what tell the character how they're supposed to react. So this one, for example, emphasizes defense and evading opponents. You have other ones that are more aggressive. You have some that focus on melee versus power moves. And what you guys do, or those of you who want to participate, is you go to each of your characters in your team, you declare for a specific team. You can root for any team you want, but there's only one team that you are a supporter of. And you go into a secret forum where, and also the Discords have their own rooms as well, where only people from your team can talk. And then you strategize. You go over your character, you say, okay, here's what their strengths are, here's what their weaknesses are, what abilities do we want to give them? And you guys stress over it, and you not only do you prepare your abilities, you know what? We're gonna do Frieza in this form. Not only do you try and plan to their strengths, but you also look at who your opponent is for the next week. You go, okay, we're up against the androids. Well, that might make our strategy different. Do we want to change up the build? Because every week before every match, you have the ability to alter builds.
Yeah, and throughout the weeks, of course, you're going to have an entire team of people, hopefully for most teams, to talk about what you think will be best. And you can obviously voice your opinion and then see the results during the end of the week. Or at the end of the, I guess whatever time frame is for the next one, right?
Yes, generally it's once a week. Gosh, I realized Ader didn't even come out last time. So
No,
Ader is Android 8 from the original Dragon Ball, and he never even had to get on the field. Let's choose an old favorite. How about Mountain Road?
That thing is cursed. So, little trivia about this map. So, Mountain Road is infamous for just eating B2s. It is the Iron Man of this league. That is, it has taken most damage from any character from this league.
It has a habit of just eating up your special moves so that it hits no one.
And then there's that little cliff edge that characters like 16 just did that just
drop
fall
off
off
of.
and and then they just keep running into the wall. So let's see what happens.
Interesting. 16 and Cooler not in a great hurry to start this fight. Full power energy wave. I don't know where that was aimed at.
So one thing that you guys have never mentioned, that truck that's always there that seems to get destroyed in almost every match, right?
Which one?
That truck that's on the cliff edge right
there. Yeah, it's almost like my snowman, my poor snowman.
You have to wonder, you guys never asked the question, is there a driver in there that just stops when he sees two people there in the middle of the road and is just waiting for them to leave?
He's just carrying a bunch of paper clips, so who cares?
I know, but how do the lawyers deal with that?
I don't remember if that was in the Kai version, but in the original Funimation dub, it was a truck full of paper clips. Got some paper clips here, gotta move!
Oh god, the auto insurance that guy must have is legendary.
I know, right? And 16 doing a pretty brisk beatdown on Cooler here, keeping this a very even match. Oh.
Yeah, I was about to mention this. Cooler has one advantage, the transformation over 16.
The transformation that allows him to get a little bit of health back and some energy. High-speed clash.
Now,
Cooler
you guys
wins
may
it.
believe that may be a little OP, that, they can regenerate health through transformations. That's gotta be broken, and they do have a nerf on him that does help with that.
Oh! He tried to do self-destruct! We almost never see that.
Yeah. And, back to what I was saying, they're not allowed any healing Pataras that will allow them to regen health naturally.
Correct. It's a catch-22. If you have healing characters with healing transformations, they're not allowed things like eternal life, so it does balance it out. And one thing to note is that while we do our best to make the teams balanced in the sense that they have a fair playing field, we don't homogenize the league. So you have teams that have advantages and weaknesses, and other teams that don't have those. And you kind of have to know what you're getting into when you get into that team. Like, if you're the androids, you know that everyone charges a specific way, whether that is to your benefit or your hindrance. If you're the... oh gosh, I'm trying to think of another team that has an odd... Team Muscle. If you're Team Muscle, your theme is that you're all muscly. Basically, it's a team that celebrates the absurd muscle men of Dragon Ball. And your character cannot start in its transformed state, because that'd be way too powerful. So there's these limitations that specific teams have that maybe no other team does, which makes them all unique and different and as balanced as we can make it.
Exactly. And, by the way, 17 is having an even game with Mecha Frieza, and
It is.
it's hard to tell who's going to win this.
I apologize for the little blue and red boxes. That's a graphical glitch that pops up sometimes. We don't have a good solution for it. It happens because, as you may have noticed, the graphics are turned up to 10. This is the original PlayStation 2 game, even though it doesn't look anything like a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah, and hopefully the rumors are true, as you guys may have heard, and they are trying to work on a true HD remaster of this game, and it will come out. But since we have not heard about that, we cannot count for it for the upcoming future.
So let's go over a little bit of how the actual league works. We've talked about the teams, we've talked about how you build the team, but what are they building them for? What's the point of all this?
Well, basically, for this, you see this at the end of the week, and basically they get into a round-robin tournament-style brackets.
Well, not quite. We have the main season. It works a lot like American football, in the sense that you have a regular season. This year it's going to be 12 weeks long, or 11 weeks long, I think, actually. But each team fights against each other week in and week out, and you keep a win-loss record of how you did. So you have, say, 10 wins and 1 loss, or 6 wins and 5 losses, and you keep track of that on your record. And then, once the regular season is over, depending on what your win-loss record is, you move on to the playoffs, where we have, like you said, a round-robin tournament to whittle people down until we only have 2 teams left, and the final 2 teams take part in what we call the Tenkaichi Bowl, which is like a Super Bowl, but for Dragon Ball Z. And it's not just the main championship match. It also has some of our more fun events like the Gauntlet, which is where all the Kais get together, all the divisions get together, build a super team to take on really unfair challenges.
Yeah, like teams you would not be allowed to see in the main thing. And one of them is sadly one of the retired teams, the Super Saiyans, and you guys can guess with that kind of name what kind of team that was.
The Super Saiyans were consistently making it to the bowl, and so much, and they were so good that we decided to retire them because it was making a much better playing field without them. But you can still see them in the Gauntlet.
Yeah, and they still dominate there, sadly enough.
And we also have the what we call the MVP tournament, which is one-on-one matches where ring outs count, and they're just for fun. But my god, are they fun.
Yeah, and by the way, Cell and Frieza, good god, right now.
They have really been going at it.
Does this Frieza have Broly's ring on him, by the way?
No, he does not. He could transform one more time. But he wouldn't get any health back.
Yeah, but he does get a power buff from it.
Correct.
So,
Ooh,
It all depends on whether or not he brings it.
And here
there
he
it is.
goes! 100% Frieza.
Bet you anything. Oh, I was about to say he was gonna tag out.
Nope, Cell didn't get a chance. Cell,
So-
who dominated last match, got schooled by Frieza.
Yeah. So one thing we do need to point out: the transformations are also a catch-22. They may seem like really good on paper, but sometimes they may act completely different when they transform,
Overstrike
and you may not
10,000.
want that.
Exactly. We've seen a lot of teams try and prevent transformations from happening because when a character transforms, they get some stuff back, and that's great, but they also have different moves, and those moves may not be as good as the moves in forms before it. Or they might have other penalties or debuffs or debuffs. And sometimes you build a character for a specific build, and it can make it really challenging when they change from that build.
And as I said, they sometimes act completely different, or they act derpy in that form, and there's nothing you can really do about it because you could try making a build to reflect that form, but then you have to try to get that previous form to transform it too quickly. And that is this is a thing we don't see that often.
No, we do not. We do not get to see King Cold's ultimate all that often. What a fantastic ultimate, too.
Hey, that's not your sword.
Ah. I dare you to go tell him that.
If I'm allowed to have Goku with me, Super Saiyan 1 form.
And wow, Team Cold is dominating right now. Ader could bring this back, but it's going to be a really tough win.
Yeah, the worst thing is he cannot tag out, which is a thing to keep a team alive during this last stretch.
Exactly, and he's got to take down Cold, who has over 3 bars of health, and Cooler, who still has a bar of health, and they can still tag, getting back more health.
And that was almost
just,
game over right there. But
that's just insulting.
yeah,
Not to be expected. It's to be expected of King Cold, but to taunt him right before you kill him with a B1 explosive wave is just sad.
Yeah.
Well,
my God.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Team Cold has won our little mini tournament.
And that may not, if we were to run this game again with different builds, with different characters, it may not end up the exactly same. And that is what is great about this league, is nothing is going to happen exactly the same.
Oh, it can be incredibly different. This is one thing that we've noticed, is that building your character is massive. We've seen teams that go a season and get almost no wins to the next season where it flips and they get amazing win-loss records because they found really good builds for their team. The amount of customization you can do to these characters is crazy. Not only can you change their stats, how hard certain moves hit, how often they can throw them out. They even have moves where you can sacrifice a bit of your health to throw out supers for half the energy cost. But you can also change their behavior. You can, and most games don't have, there's a lot of games out there that have CPU versus CPU, but not many of them allow you to change that CPU's behavior.
Yeah.
And we have seen people, the right kind of people, take a team that has been suffering for seasons and turn them completely around. And who knows, you could be one of those people.
Yeah, and so like I said, there'll be a link down in the description to join the Discord and to get caught up on what you would need to know fully for this league. All of that will be in the description. Also, a brief summary of what the league is will also be down in the description. But anyway, guys, we hope you did enjoy this. And no, there won't be any more DBZ League on my channel in the foreseeable future. But that is because all of this will be over at Squee's main channel. What is that called?
Well, no, it's going to be on DragonBall Z League. DBZ League, I believe, is the actual name of the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. And of course, that would also be linked down in the description below.
Correct.
So, as we're hoping that you enjoyed the video, we hope that you will join us over in the Discord and on the other channel if you guys want to watch more, you're more than welcome to come watch it on his end. But if you want to get involved, join the Discord, say what team you want to be in, and everyone on that team will help you from there.
And also, if you just want to watch more of it, you can always go to DBZ League and watch some of our previous episodes, some of our Tenkaichi Bowls, including some of the times where we had Chris Sabat as a special guest, who was an amazing person and had a really great time. But yeah, by all means, whether you want to watch or take part, we look forward to seeing you guys. And thank you for inviting me on your channel.
It's no problem. Anyway, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and we'll see you guys next time.
Take care, everyone.